Next on Boxing Bros, we are going to rate Keith One-Time Thurman. All right? And I'm going to start this one off with Ned, the cameraman. How do you rate Keith Thurman's power?
I rate his power at 85. And from what I seen, one time ain't been one time in a long, long time. So I gave him 85.
All right.
That's what's up.
You can't elaborate or that's just what you stand on?
That's really
Hey, we saw the footage. I'll elaborate as I go on.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
85. All right. Trill, what do you give one time for the power?
I agree with Ned 100%. I give Thurman an 85. Listen, Keith definitely used to be one-time Thurman. He was getting everybody out of there. But once he stepped up his competition, he turned into runtime Thurman. So I definitely agree. I give him an 85.
Okay. All right, G?
I gave him a 90 for power. And the reason why is because although you guys are right.
You picked him against Pacquiao, that's why.
Nah, but walk with me on this.
Although I see what you did, Nick. I see
I promise you this.
That threw some of that heat to G. I see what you did there.
I promise you this. I'm totally unbiased when it comes to Keith. I don't have a dog in this fight. But I do believe he's one of the hardest hitters in the welterweight division. And I'm be honest with you, he's under Garcia. I think Garcia is probably the hardest hitter in the welterweight division right now. And then Keith and Earl Spence, to me, are kind of neck and neck when it comes to power. Although y'all are right, he hasn't been one time in a long time. I think once guys go into 147, a lot of their accolades that they have accomplished in the 140, it doesn't really translate as well in the 147 division, but it doesn't mean he's still not one of the top crackers in the division. So, I mean, he even rocked Pacquiao in the 11th round in their fight, So, I mean, he still got pop. So, yeah, I give him a 90 for power.
So I gave him a 92. And I agree. One time ain't been one time in a long time because he's been run time. He's been Keith Runtime Thurman, a.k.a. Keith Once Upon a Time Thurman. Because once upon a time, Keith would hit a man and he'd fall down, right? But as he stepped up in competition, it was harder for him to knock people out. But I believe his power is undeniable. If you look at the Danny Garcia fight, for example, he was winning the early exchanges, and I was giving him those rounds, and I believe his power was showing he was able to keep Danny honest. But then Danny caught him with a body shot, and it sent Thurman in retreat mode. Just like when he fought Manny Pacquiao, Pacquiao dropped him in the first round, and it sent Keith Thurman into retreat. When you hurt Thurman, Thurman starts looping around the ring. No one puts on the track shoes like Thurman when he gets hurt. You saw that against Jose Cito Lopez. So Thurman's very dangerous when he's on the attack and when he's pumping them out. And I think he does throw with power. But if you can withstand the power and you fight back, Thurman gets on his bike. So, but I'm judging his power based on what I see. I do believe he has a lot of power. But I agree with the assessment. I just think the better the opposition, the harder it is to knock them out. They're fighting for more. So, but I totally agree with everyone. So, we have any challenges? No? Going once, going twice?
I mean, hey, listen. I believe he's around the 85. It just, like he said, is because of his. Yeah, I can live with that.
All right. Moving on to speed. Ned, what do you give Keith Once Upon a Time Thurman for speed?
I rated his speed at 88. And when it comes to his hands, like this is where I dropped his power because he's not that fast. When he fights better opponents, he doesn't throw those power shots he's used to. So I gave him 88 for speed. So
You said 88 or 80?
88.
88. Trill dollar bill.
You see, I gave him an 85 on power, just because the same way how like I rated, Deontay Wilder. He was knocking out bums. You know what I'm saying? He stepped up his opposition. He couldn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Now, when it comes to speed, I have to disagree with my fellow Ned, because I do think that Thurman is pretty fast. You know what I'm saying? At least his speed is what got him out of that Sean fight. So I do think Keith is pretty fast. I gave him a 95.
G.
Yeah, for speed, like clearly he has fast hands. We can see it, and I think the reason why I gave him such a high score for power is because his speed generates a lot of force, and so that's why I had him for like a 90 for power, and I also got a 90 for speed. When he lets his hands go, it's dangerous. So, and I think it's because how quick his hands are. So if he catches you, you're gonna have a hard time.
All right, I gave him for speed 92. I don't believe he's the fastest, but I believe his hands are very fast. He was in there with Manny Pacquiao, who I believe had the faster hands, but Thurman was able to land in the exchanges. And like Trill said, he was able to come on late in the fight. So I do believe Thurman has solid hand speed. I've never seen Thurman outmatched in that department when he's in the ring. He's been able to hold his own. So I definitely believe he has fast hands. So moving on to the next category, which is stamina. Ned, what do you give Keith Thurman for stamina?
Hell, man.
Well, actually, hold on. I got to tally that. I believe I did tally it.
Now, what you think about his stamina?
Stamina.
Yo,
Keith
watch
Thurman.
him out, G.
He gets on
Watch
his
him out.
bike, yo. He shows elite stamina. He can go for days, man. So I want to give him a 99 for his stamina. All right, he can go for days. You can't catch that man. He doesn't get tired. He knows what he's doing. When
He got a point.
He knows what he's
He got
doing.
a point. He got a point.
So you're giving him a 99 for stamina, Ned.
Yes.
He got a point. G want to throw in that towel so bad.
No doubt in your mind, it's a 99 for stamina.
No doubt in my mind, it's 99.
No one can change it.
No one.
All right, Trill, what do you give him for stamina?
Yo, Ned got a point. Ned got a point. You know what I'm saying? We done seen him run. I done seen him run laps in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
That boy's stamina.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, even when he's hurt, I done seen him run and get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? Now, I give his stamina a 90. I give Keith a 90.
G?
I agree with Trill. I give him a 90 also. Like whether he's fresh or he's hurt, he always keeps it moving. So yeah, he gets a 90 from me as well for his stamina. How'd you say it? How you say it, Dad?
I said stamina. I didn't even catch that screw up I said in the video, man.
So my rating is a 90. Although I agree with Ned. When I think about it, Thurman runs when he needs to, and he gets on that bike and he does not get off. I mean, so he's definitely well conditioned. I can give him that, but I still feel like I've seen him need a break in there. It could be from the body shots. I mean, everybody knows you give him a body shot, he might spit the mouthpiece out. But I respect Ned's explanation. So 92 for stamina for Keith Thurman. All right, Ned, respect. What do you give Keith Thurman's chin?
His chin, I gave his chin a 96. And we saw him get dropped by Pacquiao. Well, he didn't get dropped, but he fell to his knees against Pacquiao.
Bro, he got
He got dropped.
Oh, no, he fell on his back. He fell. He fell on his
Yo,
back.
I'm giving a flag for this.
I gave him 96.
negligence.
96. It's been tested, but after you gotta catch him.
Hey, listen, Ned. You're gonna stop taking respect from Pacquiao's name. Stop.
He in trouble.
He didn't drop him. He was on his feet, held up by the ropes.
It caught him off guard, yo.
Man with such stamina.
His back.
Yo, come on now, fellas. Ah, man.
Yo, that man fell flat on his back, Ned, talking about he didn't really go down.
That was round one, man. Round one.
Oh, man.
I want to know what really go down is.
Tell me what counts then.
I've been watching so many fights just like in the past couple of days, just brush up on my knowledge, yo. So I got that mixed up with the Porter. Porter slipped on his knee. Keith got put on his back, but still I give him 96 for his chin because you never seen him like out for the count. So.
All right, at least you're trying.
Yeah,
All right,
thank you. Bounce back.
Thurman, chin.
Thurman on the chin. I got Thurman a 90 on the chin. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though he's been rocked a couple times, he still comes back and he fights a little harder. And sometimes he finds a way to win. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was dropped by Pacquiao, but still got up and continued to fight harder after he got himself together. And I thought he was coming on in that. So I give him a 90 on chin.
All right, G.
All right.
But the body's a different story.
Yeah, you see yourself? You going?
I get him ribs. I get him ribs of 45.
Now, so you thinking just like me, man? Because I was like, man, his chin ain't the issue. It's them ribs. Some baby back ribs. Because man, listen, it's crazy. I'm telling you, like he gets touched to the body, he folds. So it's bad. So that's why I was like, I gave him an 85 for chin, but really my score is in addition to the chin, is the torso. His rib game is funny money. You know, they sell the Thurman ribs at TJI Fridays. You know what I mean? They ain't looking too good for you, boy.
Jeez. No love for the Thurman ribs. So
yeah, listen, he get punched in the ribs. He starts spitting out A1 sauce. You feel me?
So I gave him a 90 for the chin. And you're right, man. His chin's not the problem. It is the body. I mean, you hit Thurman to the body, he start running. He do whatever he can to avoid another body shot. Luis Collazo was the one who started that blueprint. And then Luis Collazo quit in the corner, which I don't understand. I still believe PBC gave that man a bag.
Yep, exactly.
Not to expose Keith Thurman. It was just the weirdest thing. I was like, Thurman's in trouble with Luis Collazo. And Luis Collazo is journeyman, gatekeeper extraordinaire. Great fella. I met him at the Andre Berto versus Luis Ortiz fight. I mean, not Luis Ortiz, Victor Ortiz fight in Foxwood. So he was a cool cat, everything, but still, he hurt him to the body. Jose Cito Lopez hurt him. Danny Garcia hurt him. The book's out on Keith Thurman. Go to the body. So
even I think it was round 10, if I believe, during the Pacquiao fight. Pacquiao hit him to the body, and then Keith hopped on his bike and circled around the ring again. And I was like, bruh, come on, you know. So
it was round 10 because Keith caught his mouthpiece.
Exactly.
His glove, so he can catch his breath after that body shot. And I was like, because Pacquiao took control of the fight at that, because Thurman was coming back, Pacquiao caught that body shot, and it was over. But that just shows you the IQ of the Pac-Man. All right, so footwork, Keith Thurman. What do you give track and field Thurman?
Track and field Thurman, man, let me tell you, when he gets in the ring, Thurman expresses elite footwork, man. It's like he has a third sense or a seventh sense. He senses danger coming when he gets on his bike, and that just makes his footwork unstoppable. He's like a pig in grease, man. You can't catch him, yo. He's like, I give his footwork 100, yo. That boy know how to run the ring when it's time for him to run. 100.
I hate Trill.
Y'all do the most.
I'm with Ned. I give him a 95. Yo, you can't catch him. The boy is a track star. You know what I'm saying? He get on his bike, you can't catch him. You know what I'm saying? I literally seen him turn his back to Danny Garcia and get away from him. And Danny couldn't catch him.
Yo, growing up, he was that kid who could get away from whoopings, yo. When his mom or pops grabbed the belt, he was out, everywhere. You couldn't catch him, yo. They just gave up, yo. I'm gonna get you tomorrow. They gonna get him tomorrow. That's what happened.
Thurman definitely ran away from a few fights. I can. Yeah. All right, G. Keith Thurman, footwork.
I'm gonna look at it from a different angle, even though I do respect what you guys are saying. One of the issues I have with Thurman, right, is actually his defense. He keeps his lead hand so low. And I'm like, yo, why don't dudes just like hit him in the face, jabs or counters, right? The reason why, because his footwork is that good. His reflexes, like he can just move out the way so fast. And so although he may be flawed defensively with like his position of his hands, his footwork is excellent. And so I had to give him a 90 for footwork. In addition to him running, I do agree at times he runs a lot, but I feel like y'all are forcing it. But I've seen him a couple of times run, so I see what y'all are saying.
Forcing it, bro. I see him laugh.
Nah. I've seen it too. I ain't even gonna front, yo. I done seen him do the track, the laps.
I was like, one more lap and it's a mile, baby. Like, for real. All right, so we have a 90. And it's Keith Track and Field Thurman. So let's be real. His footwork.
Keith Track and Field Thurman.
Listen, I'm telling you, when he get on his bike, they can't catch him. They frustrated too. You can see it in their face. Just slow down. Yeah, man. He got the footwork in the bag, man.
They tried to grab his ponytail.
All right. So that averages out to 95. Hart. Keith Thurman. Hart.
Oh man, I gotta give, even though he's fast in the ring, it don't like footwork and Hart, two different things. I gave his Hart a 70, and that's because in that fight with Danny Garcia, after he felt he had that like his point secured, he got on his bike, and then he went on almost about a 2-year layoff with that injury, and he was ducking. And when he came back, he did struggle with Josecito Lopez, and I think he picked at the top. He did pick Manny Pacquiao because he thought Manny Pacquiao was the easier fight. So yeah.
All right, Trill.
70.
I'm giving Keith 100 on Hart. He got an O, and he ain't afraid to let it go. You know what I'm saying? Listen. Here's the thing. A lot of these fighters are afraid to get in the ring because they're afraid to lose. Keith always stated from the beginning, like he had an O and he wasn't afraid to let it go. And he proved that in this fight against Manny Pacquiao. He got dropped by Manny Pacquiao in the first round. You done seen plenty of fighters give up and call it quits. Well, like, hey, look, it is what it is. This guy still tried to fight it, was fighting his way back into the fight. He lost, but he showed tremendous heart. You can't take nothing away from that kid, man. I'm giving him 100.
I respect it. I respect the argument. I don't agree 100%, but
I don't either.
So we'll leave it real quick. All right. So Ned said 70. I don't necessarily agree with that either. 100 from Trill. G. Thurman.
See, it's funny. I'm actually in between Trill and Ned because I don't believe he actually ducks fighters. And he has no problems taking big names. And if you notice right now, he's calling out Spence. I think the only reason why he didn't do the Spence fight before because Spence didn't have a belt, So Thurman always wanted the big names. So that's not the issue. The issue is when he's in that ring and he catches a body shot, then he has a tendency to hop on his bike. And so to me, that's fear, And so I had to give him an 80 for Hart. And it's a combination between the two. I agree with what Ned's saying. I agree with what Trill's saying. So I have it at 80.
But I done seen you plenty of times say when somebody get hurt, why he didn't hold him? Why he didn't hold him? To me, that's smarts. When you get hurt, you know what I'm saying? Take the time you necessarily need. I don't think that got to do with heart. I just think it got to do with he's smart. You know what I'm saying? I'm hurt right now.
It's one thing to hold. There's another thing
just
to
be
run.
fair, you didn't dock Wilder for the same thing. In fact, you made the argument that Wilder was hurt, which was why you were okay with the way he handled himself in the Tyson Fury fight when he was getting battered.
No, but this hold on.
If he had legs to run like Thurman, he would have been all right.
maybe, and I would have probably recommended, hey, Wilder, run. You know, but this is a reoccurring theme with Keith, and that's the difference. I can understand if it was one fight, maybe even two fights, but if you touch him to the body, it's like something. It's like he has like an internal programming that just activates, and he goes, run time. You know what I mean? And so that's why, to me, it's due to fear. He gets hurt and he doesn't want to experience that same pain ever again. So he starts to do a couple of laps. And so I had to dock him for running.
I hear you.
But not
I
touching the
have
stove
to dock
again.
him for running. Huh?
You taking the points away from the brother for not touching the stove again.
Hey, man.
That's basically what you're saying to me, brother.
Hey, man, listen. Like I explained to somebody on the comments, right? How I score, I look for reasons to deduct points. Everybody, I look for reasons.
Well, we can tell.
It's rare. It's rare for me to give somebody 100. So I'll be looking for reasons, and to me, that's a pretty big reason on why I got to give him an 80.
Yeah, you look harder for certain fighters, though.
Nah, I'm consistent with mine, man. I'm consistent. You know,
It looks the other way for.
Yeah. One fighter you hold to a completely different set of standards.
Nah, man. Listen. Wilder was in there dying. You know what I mean? Keith be in there running. Two different things.
Yeah,
you know?
because if he didn't know how to run, he would be in there dying.
Dying.
One guy for that, but dog another guy. That's what I don't understand.
Hey, man.
You're basically penalizing.
That's all I'm trying to say.
You're basically penalizing Keith because he has skills. Go figure.
Listen.
Go figure.
So remember. That's why I gave Deontay Wilder a low IQ score, because it would be nice if he knew how to protect himself. It'd be nice if he just held a little bit. It'd be nice if you just stay down a little longer, gather yourself, and then get up when you're ready. He didn't do none of that. He just immediately got up just to get beat down. So I deduct points. Trust me, fellas. I'm consistent. I'm looking for reasons.
Just for the record, what did you rate Wilder's heart?
Hold on. Let me look. I'll tell you in a second.
I already know what you rated it.
What was it?
You rated it a 90.
A 90? All right. So
You gave Wilder a 90, and you gave Thurman an 80. When Thurman has been in with much better competition, has victory over much better competition. Like, it's just, I mean, you can say you're not being biased, bro, but it shows in the way.
You see, because like I don't think y'all are understanding the science behind how I'm doing it. You feel me? So with Wilder, right? I deduct the points because I was like, I don't know who's ducking who with the AJ situation, but I was like, I'm deducting both fighters for not fighting each other. And there was another reason why I deducted Wilder. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but those were the reasons why. It wasn't because him getting beat up by Fury, that doesn't take away from his heart. But when Keith gets hit and Keith goes, oh, snap, I'm going to start running around to get that person off my back. But it's like you're not fighting. You're just circling and circling and circling. Then after a while, it's like, all right, bro, are you here to box or are you just here to just survive? And to me, that looks like he's just trying to survive, but it's a reoccurring thing. I have to deduct points. So I hear what y'all are saying, but trust me, it's not like, oh, I'm favoring one person over another for doing the same thing. Wilder doesn't do what Keith does at all. And not to mention Wilder can't do it.
Okay, so I'm just leave it like this because this is about Keith Thurman. But you do realize for Joseph Parker, you docked him points, and you said because he looks timid in the ring. He doesn't always look like he wants to exchange with Anthony Joshua and Dillian White, two elite heavyweights. You docked him points for that. When I brought up to you how Deontay Wilder didn't exchange with Tyson Fury, in exchange meaning punch with him, look like you want to go out on your shield, you said it's because he was hurt. So you're excusing Wilder when he's hurt for not acting like someone who's courageous, but penalizing Keith Thurman when he's hurt because he has the ability to go on his bike and not get finished. The same reason you penalize Joseph Parker, because he looks timid and he knows how to survive even when he's hurt. Because remember I said to you, how do you know Joseph Parker's not hurt when you're considering him being timid? You see, you make an excuse for Wilder, but you look for reasons to dock everyone else. That's all I'm trying to say to you, bro. Like,
I look for reasons to dock everyone, including Wilder.
Okay.
Y'all acting like I gave Wilder hundreds. I didn't do that. You know what I mean? I just don't know what y'all
you gave Thurman an 80.
I mean, what you want me to do, man? You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is what it is. So I'll be clear, because G, for the record, I gotta hold you accountable. In Trill and Ned is my witness. You had no problem with Keith running before. You picked him, and you can go back and check our video when we made our prediction for Pacquiao. You said, y'all are forcing it. I don't believe Thurman runs. I believe he's using footwork. When we was calling him track and field Thurman, you like Thurman's movement.
yo, listen. I just said earlier, I said, y'all, I still think y'all are forcing it. But it is true. When, listen, y'all do know in this same very video, I said I do believe y'all be forcing it, right? You know what I'm saying? But
That's
I do
crazy.
agree.
That's
I agree.
crazy.
When he's hurt, he has a tendency to flex.
You said we're forcing it, so either we're forcing it or you agree with us, because you just docked the points for our point.
I agree to a degree. You get what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'll be honest.
I agree to a degree.
Like, I'm just saying, what y'all want me to do, man?
All right, so here's the reason why I docked Keith Thurman. Similar, but not exactly the same. I'm okay with a fighter moving because the fighter's hurt. I'm okay with the fighter using movement to get out of the way of trouble. But Keith gets on his bike and stays there. And that's where I have an issue. Someone said this to me in the comment section, and I just want to spit facts to this person. Because I'm going to be real. If we're in the ring and you're outboxing me, okay, you're winning the round. And I hit you with a left hook to the body. And once I hit you with the left hook to the body, you run. So you won the first minute of the round. I hit you with a left hook to the body, and now you're running, circling the ring for 2 minutes of the round. You're running from me, and I can't hit you. And you're running from me because I hurt you. You're telling me you should win that round? I hurt you, and you ran from me for 2 minutes. Every second you're running from me, you should be losing that round. Because it's called boxing, not running. We're not supposed to incentivize runners. If I hit you, I hurt you, and you stop running, you should lose every second of that round that you run. You should reward the aggressor, because remember, you score effective aggressiveness, not tap and run. And see, there's the argument people try to make with Floyd. Floyd wasn't a runner. Floyd got out of the way, and when you stop punching Floyd, it hit you right to the body, hit you right to the head. Floyd made you land 26% of your punches and landed about 50% of his. You understand? There was a huge difference. What Thurman does is literally laps around the ring. And that's where my issue with Thurman comes in. Because you're not utilizing movement to avoid getting hit or set yourself up for counters. You're running because you're hurt. And when you're running because you're hurt, you lose, to me. That's always been my argument with Keith Thurman. That's always been my argument with watching him. Jose Cito Lopez, hurt him, he runs around the ring. He runs around the ring. Jose Cito Lopez is chasing him, trying to make the fight. He's not running because it's skill. He's running because he's hurt. How do you win that way? So for me, I gave him an 88, still higher than G. And I'm the one who agrees that he's a runner. So that brings
at least I didn't throw a flag on the play, so we good, you know.
It balances us out. It balances out.
That's why I didn't throw a flag. It's just like whatever, they're even out. So his heart is an 85, which is around. Keith Thurman, boxing IQ. Ned.
All right. In the last, when I was speaking on his footwork, I said his footwork gives him like heightens his awareness that danger is here, and that plays into his IQ. So I gave his IQ a 105.
Yo, stop, man. Stop.
At a 105.
I can't. Yeah, G.
A 105.
A 105, we ain't even doing 105.
Yo, bro.
I broke the record. Yeah. I broke the record.
We ain't even doing 105.
We ain't doing 105.
No, you do. Yo, I could understand if you did it for somebody else, like maybe a Floyd or something.
Yeah,
for
like bro, Thurman
Thurman?
105, bro.
Y'all can throw a towel on it. It's the first.
I already did. I guess I gotta wave my.
Mute. You need to be muted for like 10 seconds. All right, man. Trill, what do you give Thurman's IQ?
Actually, you know what? I didn't give him a 105. But I gave Keith Thurman a 95. Like, Keith is smart. His only problem is sometimes he's too smart in there. You know what I'm saying? But you don't become unified champion in the toughest one of the toughest divisions by being some dummy. You know what I'm saying? I just think his problem is sometimes he's too smart and is too sometimes too strategic. Like when he gets hurt, I think he starts getting on his bike. He's being smart. He's taking some time. He takes off. I'm not gonna lie. I even said I seen him give Danny Garcia his back and do laps. You know what I'm saying? But it takes some brains. It takes some brains to know, like, hey, listen, get out of there. You know what I'm saying? Don't run towards the danger. Get out of there. You know what I'm saying? So I'm giving his IQ a 95.
All right.
Listen, he touched the stove. It's hot. He don't want to touch it again. I'm not mad at him.
All right, he learned. All right, Keith. What do you give Keith Thurman's IQ?
All right, first I gotta explain before I give my score.
Oh God.
So Thurman has great reflexes, right? But I think that's like a physical attribute. But in addition to his timing, I think that's what makes him such a great fighter. However, this is where I have to deduct points. He has a tendency to be wide open when he goes for knockouts. Like he's really, really careless in the ring. And because of that, he gets caught with like a lot of unnecessary punches. For example, when he fought Robert Guerrero, who's a much slower fighter than him, Guerrero was still getting shots off because when Keith tries to go for hard shots, the power shots, he always lowers his hands and he gets caught with counters. When he fought Pacquiao, when he got dropped, why did he get dropped? Because he was careless in front of a veteran. And so because of that, I got to deduct points. So I gave Thurman a 95 IQ.
$90 for IQ. I gave Thurman 94. So although Thurman gets on his bike and he laps the ring, which I blame the judges for giving him credit for that, it's smart for him to take advantage of that, though. And he does little things in there. Like even when he got the shot by Pacquiao and he knew he took his mouthpiece out so he can suck in wind. Like that type of he's a very intelligent guy in there. And even when he speaks boxing, he knows the historic fights. He knows the historic champions. So Keith Thurman is definitely a student of the game. I can't get mad at him for taking advantage of a situation. As long as you're getting away with it, do it. But at the same time, you know, now Ned, man, you had a 10 count, man. Do you want to give us an actual score for Keith Thurman, or should we just mute you for the rest of this segment?
No, I actually gave him 87. I just did that just to. Oh man, I needed that for the laugh. So Jesus, man, I just needed that for the laugh. I gave him 87.
Oh man.
For me, from what I've seen from Thurman, like he has similar to Wilder. When he stuns you, he goes wild with his punches. So it's like And he runs around a lot, so that's what I get. I just give it 87. It's not the best. It's not elite. It's not his IQ. I'm not impressed by it. So let's go. He look like a Thurman.
You say it look like someone every single time we do it.
I only scored out. I'm like, the power to me seems a little low, but yeah.
Keith Thurman comes in at an overall 90.
All right, that's good.
Yo, Ned, you got feelings about that, man?
It's just I wouldn't rate him a 90, like an 89, 88. Like,
you talking about the former unified champ, man.
Oh, I'm saying, yo, he's still an elite welterweight, yo.
One loss to Manny Pacquiao.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right.
Anthony Garcia, man.
He lost to Father Time. I'm like, you're right. He did.
He lost to Father Time, man. He like 30?
He got like 40.
He's 31.
Yeah, Thurman's 31, bro. Like, what are you talking about?
I said he lost to Father Time. Pacquiao.
Oh,
Grandfather Time's Ortiz. Grandfather Time's Ortiz.
Yo, now you're crazy, bro.
I hope everybody enjoyed our rating of Keith Thurman. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Also, check out our podcast on all major streaming services. It's The Boxer Bro.
Yo, somebody pray for Ned, man. This guy, man.
We been the feeling like we're gonna fight ya.